Oh, what's gonna jump out at me?
And it's leaking coolant.
It reminds me of the Tesla drive unit.
What does it say?
Well, the vehicle itself was almost $2 million.
This piece of carbon fiber has no pass-through to the cab. There's no interior handle.
There's a good chance this hasn't been done in at least a decade.
We had $35 million of pre-orders.
Whoa, what is this stuff here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
All right, behind this gate is something that I don't know if I can fix, okay? Arne got this, we're gonna call it the space van from now on, but Arne bought it and he's like, hey, Alex, I think you should take over. And I said, okay, but no guarantees. And it's been sitting here for about 4 months. And there she is. Doesn't look like much. So before this van had never been outside, right? It was just kind of sitting inside?
Yeah, it's been sitting for probably about 12 years. So this company was trying to build a 100-mile-per-gallon concept van, this hybrid, and they were trying to get a $450 million grant from the U.S. government. And it was in Washington, D.C. It does run and drive. It did.
It did.
But the grant did not go through. And then this thing just sat in a warehouse for like 12 years.
And it's soon going to be sitting at LegitStreetCars. Oh, man. Look at this. What in the world am I getting myself into?
Yeah,
hey, it's got chrome rims.
Yeah. I mean,
you know I love my chrome wheels.
That's worth the price right
there. That's right.
So
Arne sent me a bunch of articles on this van, but yeah, basically Obama had offered a $450 million grant, and this company tried really, really hard to make a van that got 100 miles per gallon. It's a plug-in hybrid, and supposedly it goes about 50 miles on electric power alone. But this thing is wild. It weighs like 3,300 pounds. It has like a carbon fiber tub or something, right?
Yeah, the bulkhead's carbon fiber. It appears to be made out of fiberglass. For the size of the vehicle, it's actually like pretty darn light.
Oh, very light, 3,300 pounds. That's like my McLaren.
The numbers seem to be about $1 million invested in this thing. Because I mean, when you're making something from scratch,
dude, like, I was gonna say
expensive.
way more than that. That's what I was thinking.
Well, and the good news for you is, since we kind of revealed it, well, Travis, who I got it from, who rescued it, was on VinWiki. He told the story about, about the van. We've actually gotten in contact with a couple of former employees that had a lot to do with this thing. So I've got some phone numbers for you. And,
dude, that's
some
huge.
people that are actually eager to help. And while it doesn't have a title, but we talked to one guy who may actually have it.
Things are getting better. And it was built off of a 2009 Town and Country or something like that, right?
Yes, that is the theory.
There's a lot of unknowns. We have no schematic. We have no real information at all about this. What's the name of the van?
The Bright Idea.
The Bright Idea, that's right. So it's by the Bright Company, and then they named it The Idea. Those clever little fellas and gals. Okay, so we have no wipers. We have plastic here. Yep. I don't believe these actually go up and down. There's some screws. Oh my gosh. What in the world? So the government wanted a 100 mpg kind of delivery van. So this potentially could have been used by maybe the Postal Service and many other agency bodies. They wanted to see if someone could do it, and then it could possibly be kind of like a modular platform that could be used all around the country. This is carbon fiber. Okay, yeah, a lot of money went into this. Wow, and it's clean. It is clean. Yeah, this is all Chrysler right here. Whoa. I don't know about the mileage there. 182,000 miles? I don't know about that. But look at that, I got some 12-year-old gas in there. Sweet. What is this? Video mode, show car mode, AC clutch, spare on? What? Bright CP1 glove box controller. Well, what's in, oh. That's like a fake glove box. Guys, this is so crazy. I bought this van. So they obviously had to think of aerodynamics here, so the wheels are completely covered, but this like looks mean. Like I like the styling of this.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, this thing is so rad. It just gets crazier and crazier as you look at it. It also comes with the clay mold.
Whoa, I'd seen pictures. Ooh, and it smells like clay. What in the world? I've always wanted to own a concept car, and this is just, I mean, this is a concept car. This is as close as I think I'll ever get. Unreal.
Yeah, they said like custom lightweight, like racks in here. All the hybrid system is up under the side door. We'll have to get it away from the garage.
Okay.
but it just gets crazier and crazier.
This is insane. Look at all this stuff. High voltage cables. We have the clay molds, people. We have the clay mold to this thing. I mean, it's in really, really good shape too. There's no dents or anything.
What's crazy about these things is you would expect that, you know, they didn't get the grant, that they would just like throw this thing out in the back of their lot or something, but this thing was stored indoors, and yeah, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, man, I gotta have this thing. Someone needs to save it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's you.
No pressure. Unknown hybrid weird van thing that has no schematics, and yeah, I can do this. Oh, I thought this, oh yeah, no, this is not a slide. Oh, another model? Another clay model. Oh, look at that, guys. What in the world is going on over there? Look at all of this. Oh man, no schematics, no nothing. This is gonna be like learning a whole new language, which is normally really, really hard unless you use Babbel.
Babbel is one of the top language apps in the world, and getting started is super easy. Just download the app with my link down below, answer some basic questions, pick a plan, and start learning a language today. Babbel even offers a lifetime subscription option.
I'm calling one of my Polish friends.
Hey Alex, what's up?
Cześć, jak się masz?
Since when you started learning how to speak Polish?
Tak, uczę cię po polsku. Ja używam Babbel.
Super, dobrze powiedziałeś, congratulacji.
Dziękuję.
Bardzo dobrze.
Bardzo dobrze. Nie za dobrze. Growing up, my mom taught me Italian, so I speak Italian, and not only is learning a new language really fun, but it can help you a lot with getting a new job, traveling, going on vacation. And what I love is how intuitive their lessons are. So they teach you the language through real life conversations, and this is the exact technique that my mom used when she taught Spanish and Italian in high school for over 25 years.
Jak się masz?
That is, how are you? Informal. There's something about Babbel that really just kind of drills this into your head. They use pictures, they use these little tests, it's fun, and you really start to learn the language quickly. Babbel is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. The lessons are designed by real teachers, and Babbel offers a 20-day money-back guarantee. Best part is, you guys can save 60% off your subscription if you kliknij w mój link, or click on my link in Polish down below. So take advantage of this killer deal, learn a new language today, and with that, let's get back to my space van. So I guess this is powered by a 4-cylinder. Oh, okay. That's not good. That is not good at all. Rodents. Oh no. This is why I guess it was inside. As if this thing wasn't gonna be hard enough to figure out. Now we got, this is the worst I've ever seen. I wonder what this was though. Like this had to have come from the vehicle. I mean, they'd chewed up everything. Hopefully though, they didn't chew up the wiring. Look at all this. This is gonna be fun. Oh no. So yeah, well, here's the engine. It's a Chrysler 4-cylinder. There's an electric motor in the back. So it's all-wheel drive then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because this is front-wheel drive. That's, yeah. Okay, let's get this thing on the trailer. And I'll have to get the vacuum out.
I thought you were going to get it running here.
Yeah, right. We'll just jump start it and throw yeah. Here's our Chrysler key. It's got no 12-volt battery, so this right here with the gas tank and everything, that's got to be a sticker. This car is dead, like completely dead. That's funny. And like a lot of concept type of cars, they're just meant to look like they work, but they don't. Like there's plenty of articles, road and track articles and everything on this car. I didn't see any of it running or moving, right?
There are videos of it driving.
Okay.
Like for sure it does drive.
From this company though?
Yes, from this company. This vehicle, this is the only one that was built, and there is video of this thing driving. 100%.
Wait, but that could have been like a Nikola situation where they just made fake videos of it like rolling down a hill.
No, there's definitely videos of this thing driving on flat ground, 100%. You know, but like we found is the HVAC system, there is no HVAC system.
Okay.
And then the windows are Lexan, and you know, it's like, well, you don't need air conditioning, you just roll the windows down. Well, you can't because they're actually riveted in place. So definitely a concept vehicle, but it did run, and it is all there. The hybrid system is there. The batteries for the hybrid system are all there.
All right, cool. Let's try and move it, I guess. Is it in neutral?
Yes, it is in neutral.
Oh, okay.
I think it's perpetually in neutral for now.
It's so light, guys. So light. See? I'm just kidding. That really hurts my finger. So you use this winch quite a few times, right, Arne?
First time using this trailer, so don't judge me. I'm figuring it out.
The winch is not working, and we suspect it has a dead battery. Luckily, I carry stuff around in my car just in case. I don't even think it's picking anything up. Yeah, this guy's dead. We'll juice it up. There we go. Okay, now you got plenty of power.
All right, Alex, you can pop out. We may both have to stand on. I think this thing's so heavy in the back that it doesn't want to tilt it forward.
Oh.
You want to try standing on this thing?
We need human weight power. We can't get this to move forward because I think there's a ton of weight back here with batteries and stuff. So we're using a brand new jack. Oh, look, it's got a date. It's from 1988. Wow, look at that. Okay, that side's latched.
Always an adventure.
2009 date code on these tires, and they got a ton of tread left. So today's rescue vehicle of choice was the McLaren, because I knew Arne was coming with the van, so it's a nice day. Not the best body lines, so it's a good day to drive the McLaren. Duramax Savannah, towing, I don't know what we're gonna call this thing. I mean, it's the bright idea. We're all loaded up to go to LegitStreetCars, give this thing a new home. Well, I gotta say, this is one of those moments I never saw coming. I never thought I'd be following my new weird space van in my own McLaren. If you told me this like 10 years ago, I'd say you were crazy. I mean, if you told me this 6 months ago, I'd think you were crazy. Well, we made it. Now we have to figure out a way to drop this off in the parking lot. We'll have to shuffle it around in its final resting spot for us to work on it later. Definitely got a lot more room now though, so that's kind of nice.
Well, the potential 100 mpg plug-in hybrid space van has made it into LegitStreetCars, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna call it the space van from now on, but let me know if you guys can come up with anything better in the comment section. Oh, this is the worst I've ever seen. So bad, but the good news here is that this is where a 12-volt battery sits. So after this cleanup, we are just gonna go ahead and get a battery and see what lights up.
Here we go, people, here we go. Oh, geez, it soaked up some water. That's nice. Look at this custom intake. Pretty fancy. This is always kind of scary, like what's gonna jump out at me? Anyone in there? I gotta say, these mice had a very warm and comfy little room. It doesn't smell though, so that's a good sign. Oh, this is so bad. Look at this. Okay, I can see some of this was right in here. Maybe all this white insulation was in here. I'm not even really sure where it came from, to be honest with you. There's so much of it. Like I say, this has such a rat's nest of wiring, no pun intended, but so far, so good. I don't think they've eaten through any of this. Oh, the engine computer, please be okay. Oh man, it does look like this has gotten wet at some point. Hopefully it's just the outside. So far, no mice yet. It's possible we find some dead mice in here. Oh man, this never ends. Well, we found the transmission, people. Here we go. This looks like some custom linkage right here. I'm not sure if that's factory.
So far, we're doing pretty good, people. I haven't seen any chewed up wiring. I haven't even seen any droppings. Is it possible these mice built their home and then left their home? Maybe they don't like space vans? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let's check this engine oil. This is good oil. Looks new. It's a good sign. This is not a good sign. This is a power steering pump with a line that's just completely crushed and broken off. I'm not sure what's going on there. This welded pedestal looks like an engine mount that they may have built themselves, so that looks custom. Some ground wires. No idea what's going on here. Oh, this is such a big mystery, guys. Will this engine turn over? What in the world does this screen do? Who knows? And what's in here? Oh, whoa. Oh, we got paperwork? No way. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. I'm excited. Let's get the vacuum out. Here's the engine compartment all cleaned up, and I haven't found any rodent droppings, any dead bodies, nothing. It does not smell at all. And here's all of the insulation that we pulled out, and we definitely would have seen mouse poop in here. I found a little battery, and I'm dying to see what happens when we hook up 12 volts to this thing. There's a good chance this hasn't been done in at least a decade.
So this will be interesting. I mean, I highly doubt this is gonna work, but it'd be crazy if we just hook up this battery and it just goes into gear. I don't know, it's like in neutral. It's like permanently in neutral right now. Yeah, it'd be crazy if this went into gear and then just worked. We got a blue LED and this is clicking. I don't know what's this, keyless entry, okay. Okay, all right, well that's something. All right, yeah, this battery doesn't fit. We'll have to get something a little bit more permanent, but fancy van is what Arne called it. Okay, let's see if anything lights up. So the blue light could be like an alarm thing, but this battery is probably dead in here, so we'll just see if turning the ignition will do anything. All right, I'm totally freaked out here. Are we in park in this weird little shifter? Yes. Oh my gosh. What in the world was that? Something in the back just like shook the entire, okay, hold on, let's disconnect that battery. Oh my gosh, okay. What in the world? The electric motor, it's got a rear electric motor. Okay, we're gonna simmer down here on the battery. Let's move this thing in a spot. I have many fire extinguishers in the shop as well, but we might have to investigate a little bit more back there with the high voltage battery and the motor and just, this is a little scary. Okay, let's just take a quick look back here. What in the world? It had to have been the motor shaking around back there. This guy here doesn't really help being in the way. At some point I'm gonna have to take this out. It weighs a ton though. Now, what's going on? Okay, so these are just the, okay, there we go. That's that. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's going on back here. There's our electric motor. And who knows, maybe the thing's not even bolted in. Ah, man. This is a little scary. All right, there's two doors here. Okay, so here's our fuel door. Probably some really old fuel. And then is this a charge port? Yep. Look at that, it's a J1772 charge port. I have that, but I'm not plugging this in at all. This is scary now, guys. That noise, and I mean, it shook the entire van. That freaked me out. No. Well, this is interesting. After making that crazy noise, now this thing seems to be in park. Before it was just forever in neutral, and it won't move. I do think something happened with the motor in the rear, and now it's stuck. So we're gonna jack it up, put some dollies underneath there, and try and move it around the shop. Because right now it's just blocking everything. All right, so if my theory is correct, and I was strong, we can move this thing. It's not the rear motor that's locked up. I think the car put itself into park when we gave it power. So you can see this linkage is not factory. Neither is this motor right here. So what happened is we gave it power and I think it moved the shifter linkage. You can see they labeled reverse. So yeah, it might be in park or maybe drive or something like that, but it's not moving. All right, cool. So I think we were here, and then reverse, then neutral, maybe? We'll find out. With this thing in neutral and making a crazy loud noise from underneath, I think we gotta get it on the rack. We gotta see what's underneath it. Hey, it's like our first maiden voyage. Although Max is pushing right now. I mean, Max is definitely super strong, but this thing is actually really easy to push. I'm calling Travis Bell right now because I just rewatched his VinWiki and he said something about it moving.
Miss Travis.
Hey, Travis, it's Alex.
Hey, what can I do to make your life better? What's up?
Travis, the space van.
Yes, the space van.
I got a question. I apologize. I'd watched the VinWiki from many months ago, and I just rewatched it. You had mentioned something along the lines of this thing like ran and drove at some point, and
Okay.
I just I'm about to lift this thing up and dive deep. And what's the deal? Did it run or drive for you?
No, so running and driving, when they tried to sell it or present it to the government, clearly in the video it is running and driving. When they roll it out in front of Congress, it's running and driving. Myself, I have never seen it do anything but some crazy chitty chitty bang bang scary stuff.
Okay.
And I pulled it with the Kawasaki Mule, and that's all I've ever done with it. I have physically never seen it run and drive, but at some point in its lifetime, it did.
Okay, chitty chitty bang bang. Is that when you turn the key forward if you have a battery under the hood and it just shakes the whole van? Is that what you're talking about?
It looks like it's on hydraulics, but yeah.
Yes, it shakes. Okay. All right, I got it to do that. It was very, very scary. As far as we know, this thing was in a warehouse and it hasn't ran and drove in roughly 12-ish years?
12-ish, at a minimum, yes. And it's, and I experienced the same key thing and immediately turned it off and thought it was possessed. So yeah.
Okay, all right, that's what Arne said. Arne, that's when he gave up. He was like, Alex, it lights up and it does something crazy. He didn't tell me it shook the whole van though. But okay, I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna get underneath this thing and see what we can find. And I'll keep you posted.
Good luck.
Thanks, man. Travis Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Bell. He is the one who found this. I think it was on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Sold it to Arne for $1,500. Then Arne sold it to me for $1,500. And if I ever sell it for any more than $1,500, I'm taking both of those fine gentlemen out to dinner. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is probably one of the sketchiest things I've ever lifted. I'll show you guys. Hopefully it works. Here we go. Okay. I'm just gonna get it off the ground barely and see where we're at here. Okay, that's pretty decent. It looks like the hybrid battery is kind of in the middle. That's really heavy. The engine's there, that's kind of heavy, and there's not a lot in the back. Can't get the lift arms anywhere back there though. Let's see how I feel about this. That's scary. Okay. I think I'm gonna get some jack stands under there. Should be good enough to see what's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Under the van, you might be wondering if I'm scared right now. Yes, a little bit. You also might be wondering, do I own a creeper? No, I don't. I have some jack stands under here as well, just to be super safe. But let's explore this mysterious world. And a part number for the front fascia. This looks like they completely built this from scratch. This definitely does not have functioning air conditioning. It does have the compressor here, but it's not hooked up to anything. Have some kind of box here. This could very well be the factory subframe from the minivan that this engine came from. I gotta do a little bit more research, but this might not actually be out of a minivan. It might be a Dodge Caliber engine. We'll find out. All right, here's more of this stuff. Still no signs of mice or anything, so that's good. Okay, we have something that's looped right now and it's leaking coolant. Maybe a heater core loop or something. But outside of a little bit of surface rust on that subframe, this floor and everything just looks so good. And this might be a coolant pump for the battery. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the coolant pump for the battery. It's running back there. It's got a factory catalytic converter, and then this looks like a resonator. And man, this thing was just barely used. Look at this, the sticker's good. I'm gonna venture to say this is where the battery is. Right next to it is the fuel tank. 2008, definitely a Chrysler fuel tank. All right, here we go, here we go. Here is the electric motor. There are the gigantic power wires going to it here as well. All right, guys, I'm phoning a friend to get some advice.
Alex.
Rich, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude? What are you up to, man?
I'm underneath the space van I was telling you a little bit about.
The space van? Yeah, tell me more. What do you see?
I see a lot of weird stuff. Let me show you.
What in the heck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what is that called? Is that the inverter?
That looks like it's the inverter. I see 3 what could be phase wires connected to it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems like it's the inverter for sure, yeah.
Okay.
There's really only a few basic components you should see. One is the controller, the inverter, the motor, battery, and DC to DC converter.
Okay.
So as long as all those things are talking to each other, you should be okay. But that looks like it's the inverter.
All right, let me just show you the motor really quick. Yeah, there it is, Rich. What do you think?
That's a nice big one. Yeah, it reminds me of the Tesla drive unit in a way, from what I can see so far.
Okay.
The Tesla one is split into 2. It's the motor on one side and the inverter on the other.
Okay.
So you're kind of close, but do you see phase wires coming out of it? 3 wires coming out of it into something else?
Yep. What is? You see that?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Are there 3 wires there?
Yeah, right. There's 3 wires right there.
Yeah, that should be it then. It looks like that's an AC motor, if that helps you any on your journey.
Okay.
But yeah, those wires are going to the inverter for sure. And then now that you found those 2 components, the next one's the battery. You know where that is, right?
This looks like the casing underneath the vehicle, and you access it inside the vehicle.
And do you see high voltage wires coming from the battery, like at least 2 large heavy gauge ones going to anything else?
Well, I will say this, Rich. Something I found that's weird is this connector here. It just doesn't like go to anything.
Oh.
See that?
So it's not snapped into anything?
No.
Well, that should go somewhere.
Okay.
What's attached to the connector? Is there a logic wire attached to the connector, or is the connector just kind of floating there? I can't tell.
No, dude, there's nothing. There's nothing. See that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that is, honestly.
Okay.
This is an experimental vehicle. What happens if you pop that connector out? Anything?
This could be it, Rich. This could be the end, and you're here to witness it, okay?
Yeah, geez, you're not recording this, are you? I hope not.
I am. It's nice knowing you.
I don't want to be a witness to this.
Thank you for all your help with this space van. Oh. Okay. Look at this. It's just.
Oh, so you broke it.
No. Look. It's just.
Wait.
It's just like a little plug.
Interesting. Okay, so that could be the main. Is that the main battery cutoff? I wonder because
Yeah.
it's in there.
I bet it is.
It could be completing the circuit for the battery.
Right. Yeah. No, that's got to be it, dude.
Was that just sitting there? What was that doing?
No. I mean, it was snapped in. It was snapped in properly.
All right. This thing almost seems like it's ready to go. I mean, the van obviously wasn't deactivated or anything. Have you tried firing it up? Do you get like basic 12-volt, low-voltage systems working?
Well, I actually did put a 12-volt battery in here, and the whole thing made a crazy, like, banging noise. It shook the whole van. That's why I'm underneath here kind of inspecting to see what's going on. But let me ask you this, Rich. If this has a lithium-ion battery that's been sitting for roughly 12 years, is it okay? Is it okay? Do I have your blessing to plug in? I was just thinking of plugging in a 120 line to it because I have my J1772 connector from my Chevy Volt.
A professional would tell you not to do it, but I'm not a pro. I tell you to plug it in. I tell you put the van on dollies and push it outside. I make sure you have a pretty good circuit breaker and just go to town.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Rich. I'll.
Hey, do you have lineman gloves? You need high voltage gloves too.
I got 9 mil gloves from Harbor Freight.
Oh, are those nylon gloves? Oh, you're fine. You're good. You're good.
All right. Hey, if I don't call you back, you know what happened.
Give me Max's number so I can kind of confirm with him what happened.
All right. He'll keep you posted.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. Thanks, Rich. All right. So Rich is saying just to plug the thing in, which I'm not going to lie, I was pretty scared about that. But get this. This is crazy. So Arne found a lady named Amy a while back that had worked for Bright Idea, and he just sent me her contact information. I called her, super nice. She answered right away, and she told me so much about this van in like 2 minutes. I'm like, hang on. We got to do a Zoom call so you can tell me and everybody else at the same time. So we're going to do a Zoom at the end of the video, but she did say that this van costs about $3 million to build back then. I got it for $1,500, so this story is getting crazier. So then she put me on a group text with one of the engineers that actually built this thing, this guy named Sean, super nice as well. You could tell this was like a passion project. Oh, and she told me that the old CEO started crying when he found out that this van still exists and he wants to buy it back. So we'll see what happens there. But he said, after I explained to him the loud banging noise, he said basically if the thing looks intact, like it hasn't really been touched or messed with in the last 12 years, then it's a fully functional vehicle. He's like, that's how we left it, and then everybody disbanded, and that was it. So he said to just put a normal 12-volt battery in it, and then you have to ensure that the high voltage battery is at a high enough state of charge. And what he explained here is there's an electric motor on the rear axle with a dog clutch to disconnect the electric motor from the axle. That is the only thing that could make the loud banging noise. And he said in here that there is a startup sequence, and that can be an issue if you have a very low state of charge, which is probably what we have. So basically, he's saying just plug it in too. Now, I'm still kind of scared, but I feel a little bit better. So anyway, right now, while we have the car on the lift, and because this is as far as my charge cord reaches, I'm gonna change the oil, and then we're pushing it right back here, and we're gonna plug it in. All right, well, this is interesting. I just went inside of the van just to take a look at all of this stuff here, and the door closed. And there's no interior handle. I am so glad that I brought my cell phone. This piece of carbon fiber has no pass-through to the cab. This door is completely sealed from the inside. My only hope is back here. Nope. Okay. Well, I guess it's just me and the clay molds at this point. I brought my flashlight. I gotta say, it's really cool having these clay molds. Look at this. I mean, it's obviously not complete, but yeah, this is awesome. And then mini clay mold. Very cool. I should probably make a phone call. All right, luckily it's noon, so Max is still here. Let me out, Max. Hey. Yeah, I learned a lesson today. There's no AC, no working windows, no working interior door handles in the back. Yeah.
This van's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we're gonna get out. Here we go. First oil change in forever. Oh, wow. That is nice and My oil drain is full, so I'm using the warped LS1 oil pan for my Trans Am. This oil is like brand new. This is great. I don't believe this is a Dodge Caravan engine. I don't think they even had a 4-cylinder. What engines came in a 2009 Dodge Caliber? All right, this might be a Dodge Caliber engine. 148 horsepower. Sweet. All right, well now I know what oil filter to get. I mean, I guess there's a part number there too. Look at this, it's like brand new. Yep, looks good. Looks really good. All right, with the oil filter off, I gotta run over to the parts store to get that. But first, let's pull these plugs in case we need new ones. Seriously, has to be the jankiest looking intake I've ever seen, but it's an experimental concept vehicle. What do you want? All right, pop these plugs out. Now, by the looks of the oil, these are gonna be good, I hope. I don't know. Yeah, they're really good. Oh, we're definitely gonna borescope too. We got NGKs, and so far this looks perfect. It's definitely been ran, but it looks clean. And the rest of the plugs look good too. All right, borescope time. Okay, let's look inside of our little Caliber engine. Oh, she's pretty. She's nice. Not that much carbon buildup. It's probably a really low mileage engine. All right, here's another cylinder. Looks good. Okay, this piston's all the way up. Okay, last one. Okay, good. We got a little valve open and we can start to see a little bit of the cylinder wall there. Yeah, what I'm looking for here is rust or obviously any catastrophic damage. I don't see any of that, so we're gonna be safe to fog these and then turn it over. I use the AMSOIL engine fogging oil, but in any local auto parts store, you can get whatever brand you want. At this point, I think all engine fogging oils are pretty much the same. So we're just gonna spray it in here. Fights corrosion, protects against dry start wear. I like these cans because they truly do spray upside down, and this stuff smells so good. Like, I'm hungry for cake. It smells like cake. Fogging oil's been in the cylinders for about an hour. No plugs are in. Let's see what we got. Oh, like butter. Yes, this engine is awesome. I mean, it's in awesome condition. I don't know if the 148 horsepower Caliber engine is awesome, but it's gonna do what we need it to do, I think, which is run. I hope. I don't know about you, but I am so excited right now. If we are able to plug this battery in, let it do its little reset procedure or whatever, and don't get that clunk noise, we could not only get this thing started, but potentially we could get it to move. Maybe. I don't know. A $3 million concept van. Oh, and I totally forgot there's paperwork inside we need to discover too. Okay, I'm gonna get these plugs in right now, and I'm actually having the oil filter and the oil delivered, so then we gotta go look at that paperwork. This is so exciting. What is this stuff? I saw this when we first got it, and what do we have? Bright automotive display, new screen access pry off. Okay, center stack access. Okay, it's just telling you, I guess, how to work on it. Painted bolts inside storage bin are decorative and not removable used. Oh man, this is so cool. All right, it's telling us right down here about how to remove the driver's seat, I think, or slide the driver's seat. Look at this, assembled 2009, and this was in 2010, some kind of sticker. Make of car, 2009 assembled. That's the make. Engine ID number, some craziness, I don't know. Engine faults, road test, no faults found, 2009. Anything else? What's this? What do we got? Indiana certificate of vehicle registration. Wow, this thing was registered. Look at this. Issue date 2011. What in the world? I don't know what kind of vehicle this is registered as. This is crazy. I have a 120 outlet. Okay, yeah, so this is like a fake glove box. Doesn't actually open. Everything's just a little fake in here. Like, it doesn't actually have power windows. It's got the switches though. I don't know what's going on. This has got a picture of a paper clip on here. Oh, wait a minute, this goes back. No way. No way, are you kidding me? That is nice, a little work spot. You got your drinks right here. Auto manufacturers, pay attention to the bright idea. That is cool. Oh man, look at that. Whoa, okay, and then it clips back into the carbon fiber. Oh, hold on, what's this? Oh, more logs. No, there's nothing. I think that's it. There's really not too much in this interior, and a lot of it could very well be fake. I can't wait to see what this screen does, because that's fake. It's just a sticker. I don't know why they would pick 182,000 miles though. Coils and plugs are back in, and we got a new oil filter for. Hopefully it's the right one. I called the auto parts store and I said 09 Caliber. Then they asked me a few questions like all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, what engine, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's actually a bright idea. They're like, what? I'm like, nothing. Ugh. I didn't think the Caliber had any different oil filters, but There we go. She's on. 5W20 going in. And no, I'm not using AMSOIL this time. I just got whatever the cheapest stuff at the store was. It'll be okay. I figured out that a Ford battery fits under there pretty well. I got 2 fire extinguishers ready to go. And I'm getting a little shaky here, people. Not really sure what's gonna happen when we plug it in. A lithium-ion battery that hasn't been plugged in 12 years. Okay. I have done a little research and it seems that it will be okay if it's just like a really degraded lithium-ion battery, and the engineer and Rich told me to do it, so it's ultimately their fault. Yeah, this battery fits pretty well. It's for a Mustang. All right, we got our flashing, clicking thing. All right, so before we turn the key again and get that crazy noise, we are gonna plug this guy in. Is this the right connector? Yeah, come on, dude. This isn't, what is this? This isn't this? Oh no. We might just have to start this engine. Man, I was not expecting that. I popped this open and it just kind of generally looked like your typical electric car charging port outside of a Tesla. Man, it's not. Whoa, look at this exposed circuit board right above it. Whoa.
Dude, there's a wire just hanging right here.
Great, okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just tuck that away. Let me know in the comments if you guys know what kind of plug that is, if it's even any kind of standard EV plug. I mean, I've owned a couple EVs at this point, and it was either this or Tesla plug. That's it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it, guys. I'm gonna fire up this gas engine and see if it'll charge up the EV battery. And it does have a gas tank, obviously, and I was tapping on it from underneath, and it seems to be completely empty. I couldn't find a fuel filter to replace. So we're just gonna put some fresh fuel in this guy. Fill her up. I'm glad it didn't have a full tank because 12 years of bad fuel and I didn't see a drain down there. That wouldn't be fun. All right, that's enough. I just put a couple gallons in. I don't even know if this is gonna work. All right, I do know this. I'm gonna hold this guy right here when we do this. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna try and start it, like looking to see if my head's about to hit something. My heart is racing, guys. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah! I turned the key, it didn't start. All right, I already know it's gonna do that. I'm just gonna do it again, I don't care. Start. Okay, that is really bad. What in the world is going on here? This really stinks. I think I'm gonna try and get a hold of that engineer again. I wanna see what's going on under the car. I'm gonna stay out of its way though in case it decides to move. All right, go ahead and turn that key on. Okay. Wow. Did you see that? Okay. That is not good. That cannot be some kind of normal reset procedure. That is crazy. It's gotta be like a broken mount or something like obvious. Hang on, I'm going in. Oh, great. This is the bracket that holds the big electric motor. And it looks like it's been broken for a long time. I was over on the other side, I didn't see this. I mean, not that it's normal for this thing to bounce around like crazy, but if there was any movement from this motor, it would, yeah. This is a big bummer, for sure. I still don't think it should be going wild like it is just by turning the key, and the gas engine's not even starting. Why can't the gas engine just start without this thing wanting to bounce up and down? I don't know. Hi, well, the engineer got back to me on the cable. He said, this is an early version of the current J1772. There was a cable that should have been with the van. This connector on one end and a standard 120 volt outlet on the other. All right, let me get back there. I didn't see anything. I put a rag here in the door latch because this thing, it just wants to shut on you. And I don't feel like getting trapped. I'm the only one here now. So if I do get trapped, I'd have to call someone to come get me because no one's gonna hear me. I'm in a brick building inside of a space van. All right. Whoa, what is this stuff here? Okay, there's some ducting. Okay, wow, look at the heat sink on this with a fan up there. This thing is so wild. So yeah, that's where our charging cable would go in. I don't see anything though. I've already looked in here, but maybe it got lost in the sea of wires. I feel like I'm Indiana Jones right now. Okay, what was that? Okay, mini clay guy. Almost ruined it. 12 volt battery charging only. Oh, this is pretty cool. All right, I don't see it. I gotta say, this is all like crashing down here. I was so excited. We can't charge the thing. It's got a broken motor mount, essentially. What's this guy? Man, This thing is so rigged up, it's insane. Unless it's underneath this clay model now. No. Well, at this point, I'd like to see if I could just get this gas engine running so it could at least charge up the high voltage battery. Oh, and as a reminder, June 24th, 2023, we're having the Fill the Van with Cans event. So I'll have my supercharged 15-passenger van there. Maybe this guy, we'll see how it goes. And I'll leave all the information down below so you can bring your car. There's gonna be food available for sale. We're all gonna be hanging out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And the food pantry needs more than just cans. So I'm gonna leave a link down below you can click on to see other items that they need. And I hope to see you guys there. Let's see if we can get this going. Good. I don't know. Is there any other reset underneath here that we need to do? I mean, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. You need to be one of the guys that built this car, basically. This is nuts. I mean, look at all this, though. Just connector, gigantic connector. There we go. No. Stop. Hey. I mean, I just did a quick one there, but it didn't do that crazy motor thing. Also didn't start. Let's do it again. Stop. I caught you. It won't start. What in the world? It's in park, supposedly. I'm not giving up just yet. What I want to do is stop that motor from shaking like crazy. And this looks like a fireman's safety loop, essentially. This should shut down all the power to the high voltage battery. It just makes a connection. All right, now we shouldn't have a noise. Okay, we're good. Now we have some kind of humming noise. It's not a fuel pump, but we're not even getting starter action here. Oh wait, it's showing drive now. It was definitely in park. And now it's showing park again. It goes back to park. What in the world? Oh, is that, it's got electric power steering, doesn't it? Oh, okay. We gotta get this engine started. This is nuts. Do I gotta press the on button? Oh my God, this is just like a cheap sticker. Oh, this is hilarious. What does it say? Oh, okay. It's like, I think that's their logo. Oh man, did they just put this on here for marketing? Like people would think this just signifies turn on an electrical device. This thing is so, this whole car, oh my, are you kidding me? This whole thing is fake. What does it say? Look at this, someone left a note. Engineering Sam, I think. Engineering Sam. This is hilarious, guys. Engineering Sam, what's wrong with this thing? I'm talking to Engineering Sean right now. That's who's texting me. All right, I want to hear this from under the hood. What is that super loud? I mean, their motor's running. Stuff is doing something. It was an idea, all right. It was an idea. Wait a minute, remember this guy? Show car mode, cluster illumination. Let's put it in. Show car mode, let's just do this all. AC clutch, no, we'll leave that alone. Okay, we'll just do these two. Cluster illumination and show car mode. Let's see, does that make this do something? No, this is fake. I don't think this does anything at all. I mean, it could be touchscreen, but there's no other infotainment knobs, nothing. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Listen to this. Don't try to drive it anywhere, okay, but if turning the key switch wakes up the vehicle, use the Prius-style park reverse neutral drive to put it in gear, and I think the engine should start. I'm like, oh, why is that? I'm like, in all their cars, it's the opposite. And he says, as long as it's in park, I don't think it will attempt to start the engine, only if it's in gear. So I asked him why. He hasn't responded yet. I'll obviously let you know when he does, but we're gonna put this in gear now, I guess. All right, so right now, it's definitely in park. One click over is reverse, neutral, drive. I'm gonna go drive, and then this should be low. Okay, whatever, we'll leave it in low, how about that? And I'm not putting it in reverse because if it does something, it's gonna smash into the TA. At least we have a little bit of an airstrip here for this thing to, you know, smash into the Corvette. All right, here we go. No, still nothing. It says it's in park. I don't know. I'm gonna push this guy into, I don't know if that does anything. And you know what, while we're here, let's put it in regular drive. All right, here we go again. Nothing. All right, guys, it is the next day. This battery went pretty low yesterday, so I charged it up. And more importantly, I text more with the engineer, kind of refreshed his memory by sending him some pictures. And it's been 15 years since he helped build this thing. So he remembered kind of the starting sequence if the EV battery is discharged. So this might work. Okay, so here's what he said. We're gonna put the key in, foot on the brake. We're not turning the key all the way. and then we're putting it in. We're putting it in drive. It started. Okay, so the whole issue here was, and I'd messed with the shifter linkage by the transmission a bunch, is it needs to be in drive essentially to start it, and you don't actually take the key and turn it forward like you normally would on a car to start it. You just have to put it in position 2, and then it senses you're in drive. It senses that the EV battery is at a very low state of charge, so it automatically kicks on the gas engine, just like a hybrid would. But this system is very bizarre, so a little confusing. You can't pick any of these modes, but basically if the battery is fully charged, the main battery, it's rear-wheel drive EV only. When that gets below a certain threshold, it kicks on the front motor, and then it's kind of sort of all-wheel drive. Sometimes when enough regeneration from the braking sends power to the battery to get it over a threshold. It's very confusing. So basically the car is sometimes rear-wheel drive, sometimes front-wheel drive, and sometimes all-wheel drive. And if it's not charged, you literally start it by putting it into drive. So yeah. Okay, but here's what's crazy right now. Is how do I... It's stuck in drive though. Like the engine's running, that's great. Oh, it's in reverse now. Okay, I'll take that, but how do I get it back to park? Like I'm done driving. Okay, let's just...
You gotta push park down, don't you?
Oh, do I? Oh. I thought this was a rest position. Okay, cool. That's it. It works. Okay. All right, let's do this again. Okay, and then we click it down for park. Now the engine will stay on. Let's go listen to it. Yeah, this thing sounds perfect. Great, no smoke coming out of the back, no exhaust leak, no ticking, no nothing. But, oh, okay. So I guess if you don't do anything, it just shuts off. Key on, brake. Okay, then back over to park. So weird. So the engineer said this screen does light up and it gives you, I guess, a bunch of information. It's not lighting up for us now, obviously, but I haven't tried messing with any of these switches. Let's see if that does anything. I don't know, I'm just literally just turning everything on. Oh, hey, it's got a blower motor that works. Nothing works, like all these are just kind of fake. It's all fake, it's all fake.
Push the power button.
Power, yeah, power on. Headlights don't work. It doesn't have wipers. It's a prototype, that's for sure. I know the motor is like really not being held in at all, but I wonder if we can lot drive this. Like I definitely won't put it on the road, but let's get it off the jack stands. All right, let's see if it moves a little. Okay, well I'm off the brake. I'm in drive. I'm giving it gas, nothing. I'm flooring it right now. It's got no input on anything. Let me try reverse. Same thing. Okay, oh, hang on. Oh, hey, it's moving. No way. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna push my luck anymore. I can't, it moved like a few inches in reverse and it says it's going into drive. Something's going on with the linkage there. We got a completely broken bracket and that electric motor ready to fall out, so I don't want to mess with that. We're gonna have to remove, well, essentially the motor probably and the bracket and get that welded up, figure out if it needs any more strength reinforcing. And then I did find out from the engineer that the connector on this car, it was a prototype J1772 connector. So the one that we see today, it came before that and it never went into production. They basically invented this thing. It doesn't exist anywhere. So he says I have to de-pin that whole thing and put a new outlet from a more modern electric vehicle in order to charge this thing, so that'll be fun to figure out. But in the next video, we're gonna have to figure out the charging situation, fix that bracket, really figure out how to get this thing to move, and go for our first drive. All right, guys, so I have Amy on Zoom, and Amy had reached out to Arne when she found out that the van kind of reemerged into the world. And we spoke for a couple minutes, and I was like, hang on, let's Zoom. So Amy worked for Bright. You were one of the first employees, right?
Yes, I was the first non-executive hired. I think there was 8 previous executives prior to me joining the company, and I did marketing and sales. And so the company started in 2008. And I think we ended with about 65 employees when the company finally folded. But
65. That's
Yeah.
nuts. The first thing that I wanted to know when Arne called me and was like, "Hey, you got to buy this van from me for $1,500." The first thing I was like, "How much could this thing have possibly cost to build?" Because like with concept vehicles, I know obviously it's all R&D, and then this on top of that isn't a basic vehicle. It's obviously a very expensive build. But in 2009, 2010 money, or whenever you guys finished the van, how much do you think the company had into this thing?
Well, the vehicle itself was almost $2 million of investment. Millions were raised. We raised hundreds of millions of dollars to start this automotive company. And really, we were trying to do what Tesla was doing, but for fleets. So
Right.
starting a whole new automotive company takes hundreds of millions of dollars. And we had an amazing executive team, all from, GM and Chrysler and just top-notch executives that had the vision and the passion to, really create this new company. And unfortunately, it didn't happen, but there was so much investment and development that went into building this vehicle. My role was to travel and interview the top 100 commercial fleets. So I would ride along with Frito-Lay at 4:00 in the morning and find out what did they like about their vehicles, what they didn't like about their vehicles. And I'm documenting everything and bringing it back to the engineers, and then the engineers go and make it happen.
Oh my gosh. So 2 million went into the building of the van back in 2009 money. So that's
Yeah.
like 3 million probably to today. But does that include, 65 employees for how many years?
So Bright ended in 2012. So from 2008 to 2012.
Is this the only van in existence? Like was there were there more?
So that was our first alpha vehicle that we used as a demo to, bring around to customers. It's been to Capitol Hill, right? It was all about launching the vision. And then the next round was to build the beta vehicles, which were going to be pre-sold and deployed in fleets to, get more feedback so that then for production, we were good to go.
Okay, so this is the only van though.
It is.
Wow, so everything went into this one van.
Yeah.
And it is okay, so I wrote down a list of stuff because I'm like, I don't want to forget anything. Why was it abandoned? Like it looks brand new. And then, so it looks, obviously it's been stored indoors for the entire time. When you guys folded, what was supposed to happen to the van? Like, it's just so crazy that it ended up on Facebook Marketplace for $1,500. Like, what happened?
That blows my mind. It was actually donated to a nonprofit, company that was that had engineering students. It was supposed to be utilized for kind of the future and development for the state of Indiana. And unfortunately, I don't know how it ended up on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not going to lie. When I saw the video, I shedded a tear because I was like, that was $2 million of investment. That was, long hours and long flights going into developing this. We had $35 million of pre-orders from commercial fleets.
No way.
Like Comcast and Best Buy and, huge Duke Energy even invested in our company because they all saw the value of the future of electrification. And it was custom built and designed specifically for fleets, which is my background, right? And so it kills me that it was on Facebook Marketplace for $1,500. That's insane. It has been to Sweden. It went to Volvo to do aerodynamic testing. It's been to Norway for EVS. We had to carefully ship that vehicle all over to Capitol Hill to get the political parties all involved in what we were doing, and to know where it ended up. It's interesting.
It's so nuts. So, okay, speaking of the politics of the whole thing, why do you think you guys didn't get the $450 million grant? I guess another question related to that is, does it really get 100 miles per gallon? Because that was the goal, right?
Right. So it was a plug-in hybrid. It was 100 mile per gallon. Because back then, we really believed plug-in hybrid was the transition to full EV, but we weren't ready yet, right? Infrastructure's not there. I'd say now we are, but back then we weren't. And so, the investment that went into that, and, there was funding. The Advanced Technology Vehicle Manufacturing loan program was funded by the Bush administration, and the Obama administration was distributing it. And unfortunately, they invested in companies like Solyndra, who went bankrupt. They did invest in Tesla. They were the only ones to pay it back. It went into Fisker, which was not even a U.S. company. And here we were saying, we're Bright Automotive. We're a U.S. company with U.S. jobs in Indiana and in Michigan. And we were trying to really, you know, create this American-made product that was affordable. It was purpose-built. It was lightweight, aerodynamic. You know, it actually really was efficient and really did, you know, keep the cost down because the vehicle was lighter. You can keep the cost down because the battery would be less expensive, right? Versus the OEMs just take existing chassis that are steel, add some batteries on it and call it a hybrid. Right. And then you're paying a lot of money because of the weight of the vehicle. And Bright's focus was primarily voice of the customer. That was my job. Get the voice of the fleet customer. And that's what you see in front of you is all of that feedback.
Okay, so
from the top commercial fleets.
If I ever fix this thing up and get it driving, I should be able to get, you know, average with the EV range and the gas engine running. I should be able to do like 100 mpg with this. It's so insane because it's like it's got a lot of room back there. I can't wait to test it and then get it to drive again. It's got no AC or the windows don't work, you know, but whatever. Oh man. Okay. How fast does it go? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I mean, it was a Chrysler platform. You know, we actually had to deal with General Motors to be our parts bin, right? Because we didn't want to reinvent the wheel, right? Yeah, literally, right? We didn't want to create all new parts. We wanted to utilize the existing parts bin of, you know, a big manufacturer, and then we provided the powertrain system. So that kind of was going to help keep costs down for maintenance and repairability of the vehicle once it was in production.
Okay. Back then, that was when the Chevy Volt came out, so a lot of that stuff could have probably worked. Did you let the old CEO know that it's still around?
Yeah, he wants it back, by the way.
What is it?
Whenever he's done with it, tell him to give me a call. Because, you know, really the executive team that built this company, they have been EV enthusiasts since the early 90s with, you know, they worked on GM's first EV1.
The EV1.
Right? So a lot of our team built the battery and the hardware and everything from EV1. So it crushed them, obviously, to see the video because this is years and years of their passion.
Well, I don't know how much of my channel you've been able to see, but I do mostly gas, high performance kind of stuff. But even as a little kid, I've always been interested in EVs. Like the EV1 when I was a little, you know, I was born in 84. So, you know, that was early 90s and I was a kid. I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing's like a remote control car, you know, like it's electric. So to hear that I now have a concept vehicle that was designed partially by people that were involved with the EV1, like that means a ton to me. So my goal is simply to get this thing working again and driving, and I want to test it out. And then from there, I'm definitely down to, I'll drive it wherever the old CEO and the old engineering team is. I'd love to show them, you know, their van again. I know they built it, but they haven't seen it in a while. So maybe we can work out a deal. I don't know.
I'll give you his number.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue to work on this thing. I have, you know, some pretty decent help. And then you hooked me up with Sean, the engineer, who's been answering my text messages, which is cool. Thank you, Sean. I got my buddy Rich Rebuilds. You know, he's on the line too. So we're going to figure this thing out and hopefully make the old team at Bright proud and get it back on the road.
That's awesome.
So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and tell me all about the car. I'm super excited.
I'm excited to just see that there's a story behind, you know, all the effort that went into it. So thanks for sharing that story.
It's in good hands. I'm keeping it indoors.
Awesome.
So thanks again, Amy. I will keep you posted on everything, and maybe we'll see you in a future video.
Sounds great. Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot.
I know this is a weird one, guys.
I've always wanted a concept car. I never thought it would be something like this, but for $1,500, I couldn't pass it up. And I know it's kind of unusable, but it's kind of the concept of concept cars. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little adventure thus far. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, have an awesome day. I'll see all of you in the next video.
Click Neve muy link. Baby, come on.
The interior doesn't smell, I think. The interior doesn't smell either, so the interior doesn't smell either. The interior doesn't smell either, although it's kind of masked by a bunch of clay. The interior,
if you click Neve muy link.
Doesn't even sound Polish.
It doesn't sound Polish at all.
Do you have like a professional camera and stuff?
No, I'm kind of new.
Click muy link.
Who had reached out to him. I got her contact info. Okay.
Best part is you guys can save 60% off your subscription if you. You did it. You did it. Okay.
Basically explain that there's a weird. Basically explain that there's a.
If you click muy link or click. Baby, I said it good.
There's an electric motor on the rear axle with a dog clutch to
Best part is.
So stupid.
Baby, I want to leave.
I know,
I'm done with this.
And he said in here that it's possible there is a weird. And he said in here that.
I'm not going to think about what you're saying anymore.
All right. Think of something else. Think of the TV show you're watching. Friday Night Lights, whatever.
I like these because I like these cans because they spray up to.
We're gonna get arrested in this neighborhood sitting here with a camera.
I know.